A Place in the Sun, because I freaking deleted my other intro and outro for this. I'm so upset. I want to talk about it. Hello everybody and welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi. I'm Mia Tiffany and here we're watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today we're diving right in with the film A Place in the Sun. First things first, I'd like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in exclusive MWM content, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. A Place in the Sun was released in 1951, directed by George Stevens, starring Montgomery Clift, Elizabeth Taylor, and Shelley Winters, with other notable performances by Anne Revere, Keith Purcell, Fred Clark, and Raymond Burr. Alright guys, at this point we're going to get into our historical background. For those of you who want to jump right onto the film reaction, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we're going to get right into it. A Place in the Sun was based on the 1925 best-selling novel An American Tragedy, written by Theodore Dreiser. Director George Stevens had just had success with his 1948 film I Remember Mama, and was already looking for his next big project. Stevens was eager to work on this latest adaptation of Dreiser's novel. One had actually already been in existence, however, it was a box office flop. So he wasted no time on getting on a screenplay. At this time, Stevens was part of the independent production company Liberty Films, along with a few other prominent directors of that time. Eventually, that company was taken over by Paramount, who conveniently owned the film rights of Dreiser's novel. When Stevens first brought his idea to Paramount, the studio was understandably hesitant to create a second adaptation of the film because the first adaptation did so poorly, and also that first adaptation was absolutely hated by Dreiser. There was also a bit of concern that this film might come off as un-American due to certain themes in its original source material, and this was a huge issue because during this time there were a lot of social and political anxieties centered around the Red Scare and communism. To alleviate some of the studio's qualms, the project was renamed A Place in the Sun to eliminate any insinuation of anti-American propaganda. And to divorce the new project from its 1931 predecessor, Stevens decided to rename the main character from Clyde Griffiths to George Eastman, which was a clever use of his first name. Stevens decided to cast Montgomery Clift, who had years of theater experience, as well as 2 movie releases in rotation at the time. Shelley Winters was quite vocal about wanting to take part in this production. However, neither George Stevens nor the studios were really interested in casting her because at the time she was mostly known for her blonde bombshell roles. To convince Stevens, Winters dyed her blonde curls brown and used her sister's clothes for her audition. And when she went to the audition, Stevens did not immediately recognize her. Now, once she approached him and he realized it was her, he was really impressed with her dedication to the role, and so he decided to cast her as Alice Tripp. Principal filming for A Place in the Sun began in October of 1949 on location in Nevada. Elizabeth Taylor, who had been in contract with MGM Studios, was loaned to Paramount for this project. At just 17 years old at the time of this production, she claimed that this was the most demanding role of her life. Stevens had an interesting way of directing where he would discuss what he wanted from the scene, but he would be very careful to give too many directions or too many details so that he could capture the raw performances of his actors. This style was very impressive to Taylor. She really enjoyed working with him because of this unique directing style. Winters also remarked on her delight with Stevens' directing style. This set was also where Clift and Taylor would begin their lifelong friendship. Filming wrapped in March of 1950, however, the production would be held for 1 year due to Stevens' meticulous post-production methods. Eventually, the film was released to audiences, and there was no doubt that this film blew its predecessor out of the water. A Place in the Sun would go on to be nominated for 9 Oscars at the Academy Awards, and would win 6, including Best Direction, which was awarded to George Stevens. Finally, in 1991, A Place in the Sun was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. With that being said, this is my first time watching A Place in the Sun, and I cannot wait to watch it. But before we do, guys, y'all know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get in to A Place in the Sun. So this man comes for money, right? Because his name is George Eastman.
I'd like to see Mr. Charles Eastman, please.
George, just give this to the man at the gate, Charles Eastman.
Awfully sorry, but our Mr. Eastman is at home today.
He's my uncle.
Oh, I thought that was his dad. It's his uncle.
Hello, my boy.
I hope you remember, sir.
You drop out to the house about 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
George Eastman's dropping in tonight.
Ace's son.
That's right. I ran into him in Chicago.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, hi, George. This is my wife, daughter Marcia, my son Earl.
In the eye of the audience, we're looking at George. The three characters are also looking at George. So it feels like the spotlight is kind of on him and everyone's kind of watching his moves. I like the way that was framed.
My husband tells me he met you in Chicago.
Yes, that's right. Mr. Eastman was good enough to say that perhaps he might be able to find some place for me at the mill.
We're just like watching him. Oh God, I feel so uneasy.
You wrote Charles such a moving letter at the time of your father's death.
It's a mission.
More intimate, maybe.
Did I hear you say you were getting intimate, Earl, darling?
Oh my God, it's Elizabeth. She's stunning.
Men are so disgustingly prompt.
I can't believe she's 17 here. Wow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You'll see Earl in the morning. Good night.
Good night, sir.
At least he's kind to his nephew, you know? They could be like total a-holes.
9 out of 10 Eastman employees are women. And there's a company rule against mixing socially with the girls who work here.
They really did make it feel like this. I think it obviously is set in the 1950s, but it also kind of feels like that sort of 1930s escapism. He's like, oh my. All the women are like, hello, George. Oh, there's Shelley. Miss Shelley. Oh. Gotta be a little faster, baby. He's getting better. Better by the day. Better by the hour. That's the bell. Time for lunch. Or time to go for the day. Oh, he's writing like what could be done in the factory. There are so many transitions. There are a lot of transitions in this movie, though. That's probably why it took a freaking whole year in post-production. I couldn't even imagine how painstaking that work would be. She's like, I don't know him.
They saw me walking along like this with you. Let's say I was making up to the boss's nephew.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you.
If you're an Eastman, you're not in the same boat with anyone.
When you find a brother.
So I must confess, I did read like the first 4 pages of An American Tragedy. And that scene where like they're singing hymns is like the first scene of the book. So I think that was sort of like an homage to the movie. I think that's kind of cool.
How come you came here?
We were poor. We needed the money.
I'm glad.
Me too.
Oh my. So are we like going together now? Like this was quick. She is smitten as a kitten.
Nice.
I mean, it's probably not hard to be. He's so handsome. Whoa, we're kissing? Sir, I don't even know you like that. The way they used to kiss in the 50s was so unlike anything, you know?
Not as much as you usually do.
Here's Angela. God, she looks like a timeless actress.
Remember when I said, if you're an Eastman, you're not in the same boat with anybody?
Yeah.
I take it back.
Oh God, not the police. I mean, they're just kissing. It's not like they're doing anything nefarious, you know?
What are you doing here?
Talking.
I completely forgot they're not allowed to be like together. Like it's strictly against policy. They have to be careful then.
Been at the house. It's a very good place to talk in.
Oh my God. Oh my. I love the shadowy lighting, like things done in the dark, you know?
Mrs. Roberts is right next door.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here come the Eastman. This is kind of racy for the 50s. Am I wrong to assume that? I guess this was sort of like an exploratory decade, but still.
I suppose you thought I'd forgotten all about you.
For the company.
I'm going to move you up.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Eastman is having a party out the house on the 15th of next month.
I'd love to come.
Good.
That's your birthday. I was planning on our little party.
Sure, honey.
Whenever there's a scheduling conflict in a film, you always know that something is going to change. Like, that's the point when the film changes. Oh God, here comes Angela.
Wow. Do I make you nervous?
I was just about to say that. I'm like, I bet he feels nervous now that she's in the room.
You look like an Eastman.
I'm a nephew. My name's George.
I'm Angela.
You took a trip with your parents.
How did you know?
Yeah, how did you know?
I read about you in the papers.
You look unusual.
That was a beautiful close-up.
It's the first time anybody ever said that.
Oh, here you are, George. Never neglect your mother, my boy. You're going to telephone to her right away.
Listen, Mama, I got a promotion. Send you money every month now.
Oh, he can help his mama out. Bro, she is so intrusive. I'm on the phone. What? Move.
Who's there with you, George?
Who's there
It's
with you,
me,
George?
Mama. Promise to be a good boy.
I don't waste my time.
Will she let you go out tonight?
What about Alice? I thought Alice had something planned for your birthday. Wait a second. I love Elizabeth Taylor, but I am not feeling Angela Vickers, okay? I do appreciate the movement in the camera and the playfulness of the cuts, the transitions. She baked him a cake and she's waiting for him.
Couldn't get away for 3 hours.
4 hours.
Oh, she was counting.
I think he's really gonna do things for me, honey. He said, I got my eye on you.
You could have phoned me. Present's waiting for you in your plate. Happy birthday.
That's so sweet. Alice feels like a good one. Angela, she's a little iffy right now.
Were there many young people there tonight? All those other pretty girls you read about in the papers? Angela Vickers?
Oh, she knows! I'm telling you, it's the intuition.
She's a pretty girl. She wears nice clothes.
Maybe you don't want to see me so much anymore. Maybe you don't want to see me at all.
Oh, honey, don't cry.
I understand her pain because it's like now we're not on the same playing field. Because when you were working like on the production line, we were right here. But now you're in a different level. So now I'm feeling a little insecure. I understand that.
Honey, what's the matter?
Remember the first night you came here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so worried.
Bro, I bet she's pregnant. Why didn't she say it? She said she was worried.
I haven't found the name of any doctor yet.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
Oh, hello.
That's Angie.
Friday night?
Friday night, you have a woman who's about to have your kid. Like, what are you doing?
I was just wondering why you invited me tonight.
Because of my reasons. Aren't you happy with me? As though you were holding something back.
She knows.
I
Intuition. Did he say he
loved you since the first moment I saw you.
Wait a second. If he was in love with her the first time he laid eyes on her, then what in the hell is he doing with Alice? Because didn't he see Angela before he met Alice? Where's the logic there? Wait a second. I don't like that. This is not okay. I'm not okay with this at all. No, it's not cute. It's not romantic. This is wrong.
I found out I was going to have a baby. My husband hasn't much money.
What business is your husband in, Mrs.
Electrician.
Well, now, that's not such a bad business.
We can't afford.
Of course,
Can't afford to
there
have
are
a baby.
free hospitals, you know.
Can't afford to have a baby, so she's trying to have an abortion. She's trying to... Okay, I see what's happening.
My advice is go home and see your parents and tell them. I cannot help you.
The one thing about the Hays Code era is like sometimes I wish they could just say what they're trying to convey. I get it, like it makes the movie more like you have to listen in more, but sometimes I just wish that they would just say it.
You just gotta marry me.
You just gotta marry me.
Well, we haven't got any money. I was thinking maybe when I get my vacation, first week in September.
Oh, all right, that's when we'll do it. We'll go someplace way out of town and get married.
He should have left that girl alone, especially if he knew he was in love with Angela. He should have left her alone.
Fatalities from traffic and other weekend accidents, 14 persons lost their lives. And if you aren't a good swimmer, don't swim from unpatrolled beaches.
What is brewing in his mind? And why is the music getting so freaking eerie?
George? I missed you so.
Me too.
Mother and Dad want you to spend your vacation with us up at the lake.
I promised my uncle I'd spend some time with him during my vacation.
Your aunt and uncle are both coming up on the 3rd of September.
Oh my god, the 3rd of September. The vacation when he's supposed to be marrying Alice.
And you love me.
Yes.
I just talked to my uncle. He wants me to come up to the bride's lake.
Why is it important to us?
He's going to give me a bonus. It might be a lot of money. I don't know, $200-300.
Oh my god, he's lying to her. He's lying to her, trying to live a life that, like, why is he starting? I have so many questions for this man. So many questions.
I certainly don't know what he's doing here.
I invited him, so I wanted to see him set down for 24 hours a day among people Angela really knows.
This is just a mess. This is a mess. I'm not here for it. I can see why they called this an American tragedy, because this is freaking tragic.
What do they call this lake?
Loon Lake. I guess they're both capsized. 5 days before they found the girl's body.
I'm scared of what he's thinking.
You'd marry me?
Haven't I told you? I intend to.
Oh my god, she's just so solemn. Like, I just feel so bad for her. Oh my god, and she sees it. That's where you've been for the past week.
I've been thinking about a place for you
up there with us.
These people are like sitting here, like enjoying their, you know, their wealth, not really understanding like the reality of like the class lower than them. They don't have the full picture of what's really going on. And that part irks me.
Call for you, George.
Oh, you forgot about her, huh?
I'm here at the bus station. You lied to me, George, for the last time. And now I want you to come and get me. I'll come where you are.
Oh, she's like, I'm
Tell
coming.
them everything, George. I mean it.
And like, how is it that he's allowed to get what he wants? Because he ruined the girl's life. Like, what?
You will come back to me, won't you? As soon as you can.
As soon as I can.
We're staying with Angela Vickers. Now, you're going to marry me tomorrow. I'll telephone the newspapers and tell them everything.
So like, what? Wait a second. What is he expecting to do? Like, marry two women? I'm so... This movie is making me angry. Closed for Labor Day.
There's a wonderful lake near here. Loon Lake. Just the kind of place we've always wanted to go for a honeymoon. Tell you what, why don't let's make a holiday of it.
Bro, he's gonna body her on the lake. That's the only explanation. He's gonna freaking kill her. That's what I'm thinking. Because clearly he wants nothing to do with her. He can't marry two women. If he kills her, he's trash. I have no sympathy for his character.
We'll rent a boat and have a picnic now. Later and come back and get the car.
I love that it's filmed on location. I always love on location shots. In black and white. Stunning.
That's funny. I know another guy named Gilbert Edwards.
Pretty common name.
Is it a common name? I forgot she said she can't swim. This is literally...
Starlight, star bright, make my wish come true tonight. I wish that you loved me again. You'll see, after a while you'll settle down and you'll be happy and content.
He kind of came from that, right? That's impoverished family of missionaries. And then he has the sort of taste of wealth. So I see where his mind is going. I do not condone him killing this woman. I know that's what he's going to do.
I'm not afraid of being poor.
He's like, I don't want to be poor again.
You wish that I was dead. Is that it? You wish that I was dead?
No, I didn't.
She can't swim. He just let her drown. I bet in the book,
Who's there?
he killed her.
Trying to find the road.
Young couple drowned.
Messing with Alice wouldn't have changed Angela's feelings for him. Like, they could have still met. They could have still had a love story. Why did he mess with Alice? He didn't have to. There was no reason why he should have. I don't get it. He could have had everything he wanted.
Find any identification on the girl?
The Eastman Industries. Alice Tripp.
And he thinks he just got away with what he did.
Hey, George, where you been? Got another woman stashed around someplace?
Yes, he does.
We're going to be a little bit personal, George. It's about you and Angela.
I love Angela more than anything in the world. I'd do anything to make her happy.
I admire your frankness.
I should apologize for eavesdropping.
I also don't like the fact that Angela is so blindly in love with him. It feels artificial.
But this horrible thing could happen to Alice. But the girls said he was an Eastman.
Oh.
Not one of the Eastmans.
The cops. Here they come. Oh God, he's running.
Is your name George Eastman? Yes. You're under arrest.
What was the point of like committing a crime like that? Because then, unless you're like a psychopath, right, who has no emotions, why would you do that to yourself? Because it's just gonna eat you alive. Like, what?
Suppose you know what you're charged with.
I'm not guilty.
Son, we have the evidence. You're not going to deny it, are you? Take him to Warsaw, boys, and lock him up.
I have no desire to harass an innocent person. I'll keep her name out of the newspaper.
I think she really was in love with him. I don't think that she was obviously faking it. There's no reason why she should fake it. She was really in love with him. This is tragic. It's why they call it an American tragedy. Oh!
Now tell me, George, why did you give a false name to the boatkeeper? I thought it would be better if we didn't give our right name. She accused me of wishing she was dead. But then she started toward me from the back of the boat. She stumbled and started to fall, and I was stunned. Something must have hit me as I fell in.
I heard self-testifying is incredibly risky. Cross-examination, baby.
I want you to step down here into the boat.
The edge of the boat came down and hit her on the head.
Why couldn't you swim toward her instead of away from her?
Because you wanted her dead.
You couldn't swim this little distance. You crashed it down on that poor girl's head like... You watched her drown. Isn't that the truth?
No.
I mean, that was quite a performance. I feel like he's going to lose.
George Eastman, guilty of murder in the first degree.
Yeah, come on, bro. You can't get off on, oh, but I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it, but then it happened. No. Get out of here with that. That's gotta be so hard on his mother.
Your mother's done everything a mother could do, George.
You must make your peace with God.
It's worth it.
I believe I'm guilty of all this.
And there was a moment when you might have saved her.
I wanted to save her, but I just couldn't.
But whom were you thinking of? Were you thinking of the other girl?
He could have had this whole life. If he left Alice alone. But nah, he wanted to have his cake and eat it too, and look at him now. He's eating it.
I came to see you. I thought lots about you, George. I love you, George.
I'll go on loving you.
As long as I live. Goodbye, George.
It seems like we always spend the best part of our time just saying goodbye.
Oh, this is giving me Green Mile vibes, which was such a sad movie. That scene.
Come on, son. You were dead, yet shall he live.
Also, I think in real life, not trying to be like dark, but that was such a sad. That movie had no reason to be sad because he should have left that girl alone. There was no reason why he should have been messing with Alice. I have no idea what was going on in his head. Like what? I don't get it. But yeah, that movie was really good. I really do wish they would have kept it. I know with all the, communism scare going on in the 50s, they had to be a little bit more careful, but I really do think An American Tragedy just captures that story because it was just a tragedy. It was like he had dreamt being an impoverished boy, growing up, working to make a living, and then finally coming so close to what he wanted in his life just for his own mistakes to take it away from him. Like, that is such a tragedy. And I think that the title encapsulates the story. It's the perfect title. So I don't think we should call this A Place in the Sun. I think we should call this An American Tragedy. The performances were airtight. I think everyone was casted exactly how they needed to be casted. Yeah, that was it was such a tragedy. Such a tragic, definitely feeling like summer is gone type feeling. Like the happiness, the joy, the feeling of the American dream just being taken away from you by your own mistakes. Not even by someone else's mistakes, by your own mistakes. That's the real tragedy of this. But yeah, overall, that was a really tragic story. Beautifully directed, acted, but just a tragedy. And it felt sad to watch. Anyway, thank you guys so much for recommending this if you did in the comments. And thank you so much for watching it with me. All right, everyone, that does it for today's video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to become an official MWMer, then please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you'd like to see this film's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon. And if you want exclusive MWM content, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood films, the best way to get a hold of me is by social media. On Facebook at Movies with Mia, and on Instagram and TikTok at movieswithmia_. If social media is not your jam, fear not, I do have an email. My email is right here, as well as linked down in the description box below. And while you're online, why not check out my LetterBoxd account where I have a documentation of all of the films we've seen on the channel, and it is under the handle at Mamma Mia Tiffany. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. And if you're interested in becoming an exclusive MWM member, then that's not what I say. Hold on. Try it again. I literally had to change out my microphone because the new one that I just bought is broken. It's hissing. I can't even believe it. Wasted so much money. With other notable performances by Anne Revere, Keith Brissell. I forgot to look that up. Shh.
PronounceNames.com.
Brassel. But there's an E at the end. I'm going to say Brassel because Brassel is without the E. And the E makes it Brassel. Okay. Now, when Stevens first brought this idea to readapt this film to Paramount, they were, what's the word? Noticeably? No. Obviously? No, it's not conveniently. What is the word? Knowingly? Understandably. That's the word. Understandably. Okay. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. You don't even want to itch something on camera, but then it looks like you're picking your nose. I wasn't picking my nose was itchy. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood film, the best way to I was about to say get rid of me. Oh my god. Freudian slip. How could you ever get rid of me, right? Try it again. That was good. That was alright, actually.